Hey, this is me building and strategizing my 400k per year profit solo consulting business right in front of your eyes. And these videos, they follow the exact same framework every single day. And the formula is kind of simple here. I do questions from the audience, which means that you can pop your question down below and then I'll answer it in tomorrow's video. Then we do business stats where I show you basically every single number of my business in real time, cash, revenue, profit. Then I run you through my to-do list of what I did today and what I'll do tomorrow, so that you know exactly what it's like behind the curtains of running a business of this size, and also with me basically trying to reach my goal, right? And then some live strategy, just like the bottlenecks that I face, the things that I brainstorm, and like everything in between. Because I have a goal in my solo consulting business is that I need to do 1 million a year in personal profit. It's not a random number. It's very fine calculated in terms of the goals that I have for my personal life, but also my business. But I've taken 2 previous coaching businesses to 100k a month, which is around 1 million a year, right? But it was in revenue with low profit margins. So I have rules for myself: 85% profit, and I can only take calls 3 days a week, where I spend the remaining of my time on like heavily long-term tasks, such as my brand, my program, my content, my YouTube, and all of the things that hopefully brings me a lot of joy in the future, right? So the way that these things work is that we do questions from the audience first. So again, if you're new here, you can literally just ask your question down below, and then I'll basically answer it. So we head over to community, and then we scroll all the way down. We zoom in a little bit so that you can see something, and then we'll just run it up. Let me actually make it a little bit more zoomed out so that you can actually see. Yeah, there we go. Appreciate the insight, man. Thank you so much, bro. How do you handle done with you clients that may be hard to deal with or impatient when it comes to seeing results? This is a very good question, bro. This was something that I struggled a little bit with in my previous coaching business, mainly because the more I'm getting dragged out of the process, the harder it is for me to control the expectations and promises that are being made. Of course, it was one of my key things to focus on with my team, how we communicated in the ad, the expectations we set in the VSL, how my appointments that are communicated, the closer, my head coach, all of these things. But sometimes you will get bad apples through. In my last coaching business, in my current coaching business, I've literally not had a single bad experience yet, because I'm so picky with the people that I work with. My messaging is extremely boring. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes time. I ask people to do a lot of unscalable tasks. I tell people, spend more time with your clients, do more one-on-one calls, spend more time on content, write your own content so you become good at it, so that you have your own unique mechanism so people can feel that you do it, right? And then I'm also very conservative with the goals that I set. I've realized that it's a lot better for me to set the expectation low and then over deliver, rather than me selling someone on a dream, on like a very hard outcome for me to reach, and then we only maybe reach it by 80%, and then they're still mad about not hitting it. So the example that I always use is basically for my fitness coaches. If you don't know it, I have a done for you agency, where I have ownership in 5 fitness coaching businesses. And what I tell my clients there is that they typically, when I start working with them, they want to give like high promises. So like lose this amount of weight, gain this amount of muscle, or like these like high promises, because they, in their mind, they correlate high promises with high revenue and a lot of clients, and a lot of clients means a lot of money, right? But it's actually a lot better for the business that you set realistic expectations, right? Because if you promise someone that they can drop 10 kilograms in 3 months, then when the 3 months are passed and they've only dropped 8 kilos, they are mad and want a refund because it wasn't the promised 10 kilograms. But if the whole framing for your marketing is, you need to build lifelong habits, we need to turn you from a person that isn't treating their body the right way to a person that actually treats your body in a great way, and you have a great relationship with yourself. And then the goal is, with these 2 things in mind, hard work and consistency and good habits and long-term focus, that we, within the next 90 days, lose 3 to 4 kilograms of fat, right? And then they will lose probably maybe 6 kilograms, not 8, because it's not extreme. It's a more holistic approach. And we still over-delivered. So then they'll stay around forever, these clients, because they always get more than what they pay for, right? If you as a business owner always can deliver more value to what people are paying, then they'll never stop paying. And they only determine the value by the things that you promise them, right? And also comparing to market and these things. So I've actually not dealt with it, bro. I work with some very, very mature clients that are there for the long run because they follow my philosophy of also building something for the long term. So if I were to deal with this problem, it would always be setting better expectations, focus more on your case studies and like to build that confidence in your product, and then try to over deliver instead of, don't do these like high promises. I promise you it will feel very nice in the short term, but horrible long term. Do you just vet the clients thoroughly beforehand so you can tell that they're good to work with, or do you often have to damage control? Yeah, bro, that is, I think I answered your question pretty well. This is a very, very good question again, bro. You have some very good questions, man, I gotta say. So I appreciate it a lot. But it also comes over time. I think the only way that you realize what a good client is by having good and bad clients. And what I try to tell people is that, for example, the people that I work with, is that one bad client will outshine and fill more of your thought capacity and like your focus and your energy than 10 good. So it's way better for you to, if you have a bad client, just to get rid of them as soon as possible so that you can move on. It's a lot easier for you to find a new and better client than to fix a broken relationship, right? And you also realize that typically the clients that are the worst are the ones that are paying the least, because typically the reasons why they're paying the least is because you gave them a discount or onboarded them early on, which means that they are there for the wrong reasons, right? So I think it will always be better to have a business that does 30K a month with amazing clients than 50K a month and your clients is a headache, right? Because it's, at the end of the day, we run these things to have solid peace of mind and hopefully a business that we enjoy waking up to, right? Hey Frederik, keep going, man. What's your pricing model for done for you, done with you, and do it yourself? Pretty good question, bro. Let me, I'll show you quickly how I run my pricing here. So I don't have my iPad, but we'll run it up. So first is done for you, right? And then we have done with you, and then we have do it yourself. So for done for you, we always do setup, so it's a setup fee, and then we do everything between 30 to basically 50% profit share. So the reasons why we always do setup fees is to get commitment from the client, and also because when you have multiple different offers, and then the most expensive one, which is the premium one, should always come with high commitment because it's only available to fewer people, right? Supply and demand. So we do, our setup fee is typically $15,000 and then we take 30 to 50% of the business and the coach that we typically bring on. The 30 to 50% depends on how far the coach already is with their business and how much money they're already making. So that is what determines that. In done for you, what I focus on is longevity. So I don't really care about how much money I make with the client in the next 4 to 6 months, because I know that the huge reward comes in month 8 to 12. So this means we always run a 1-year contract, because we know that in info, the fun money and the real compounding effect starts in month 8 to 12. The way that I pick the done for you clients is typically that they have insanely good cases, very high potential, insanely good on camera. They have a burning desire to help people, and they don't want to do it themselves, right? They want to have partners on board that can be a part of the decision-making process, actually set everything up for them. So they're looking for a partner rather than just a mentor or coach. So that is my done for you. My done with you is right now it is 9.5K. US dollars for 4 months. It is a pretty intensive one-on-one mentorship because I don't have a video program at the moment. So the selling point is time with me. The way that I see myself is that I become an external business partner in my clients' businesses. Most of the clients that I work with, for example, I know the numbers of their business, but also their clients' business. I know them as, like the people that I work with, I know them as persons. Like I know their personal values. I even know like their family, their siblings. It's not like I know them on first name basis, but I talk very privately with them as well because I'm more like a mentor. They can use me for business advice, but also just like how to navigate through business, setting goals, navigating through everyday life and these kind of things. So it's very time depending. The reason why it was time depending was that I really needed a lot of feedback from my audience and my clients, so that I could take the feedback from all those clients and everything that I've learned in my own journey and then package together in a video program. And then when I open up the video program 1st of August, what I'll do is that I'll slow down or on the delivery side of things from me involving with my time, so it will be a little bit more leverage so that I can serve more people, but still get people from A to B even faster actually and even more smooth because the video program is so good. I want to build something that isn't the traditional video course. I want to gamify it. I want to make sure that there's focus on implementation rather than big ass breakdowns, because I think implementation gives speed and speed gives feedback and feedback gives like data and better decisions. So that's kind of like the philosophy there. And also my own, I think video programs are awesome in the beginning and when you have to like really learn something, but once you break past like 30 to 40k and want to get to like let's say 100 to 150k, it's more about implementation and speed rather than like really blowing your business perspective. I can't really say anything about that because I've never been higher than 200k a month in terms of revenue. But maybe it's just me that is stupid and haven't done that yet. We'll see. Maybe I'll come back to this video. And then do it yourself, which is basically what will be ready 1st of August. I'll probably combine the do it yourself with a somewhat of a group coaching, and then basically if you're this client, you get access to the done with you, right? You have access to me. And if you're done with you, you of course have access to all do-it-yourself. The goal is to get do-it-yourself to done with you. And this right here, that should not be it. Because done with you, typically people are looking for a mentor, not partners. For example, when I buy mentors, I would rather pay a very high upfront one-time fee rather than them having percentages in my business, because I don't want people to have percentages in my business rather than myself, right? So that's my pricing model and the way that I run it. So like an awesome question, bro. And just to like round it off, my goal is to make 100k a month in around like revenue, because with 85% margins, that is 85 grand a month, which is $1 million a year in personal profits. And I want my revenue to be split from 25k from the agency, and then around 65k from the done with you, and then 10 to 15k in just like course sales and lower ticket offers. And I would say that is very, very reasonable, to be fair. And so that's why I have the 3 offers. And a lot of people will tell you that it's unscalable to have an agency offer, but I really like it because it gives me a lot of feedback. It gives me finger on the pulse. It allows me to test a lot of the things that I believe to be true on done for you clients before I tell someone in my mentorship, go and do this. So now when I coach and are a mentor for my done with you clients, it's amazing because I can say I do this for my own business. I do this for all of my done for you clients. Here's what I learned. Here's what you should do. And then I can take the feedback from them and then package it inside of my video course, where it's like I learned everything from being involved in so many different businesses. And here is everything you need to know on how to implement it like this in your own business. And I think that's the coolest thing in the world, man. Also, where can I reach out to you other than IG? Wanted to look into a program. I heard you consider joining the done with you, as you're the only coach who has everything I want. I really appreciate that, bro. Always just drop me a message on IG, and then I'm happy to bring you over to WhatsApp, because I've also spoken with you back and forth here on YouTube. Maybe it will make sense for the both of us to wait until 1st of August when everything is done. But just like feel free to reach out, man. Just text me on IG, and then we'll take it from there. Hey man, I've commented twice. I'm not sure why, but it all got deleted or flagged. Maybe I have not seen your comments, bro, so it has to be YouTube. I would never delete your comment, bro. Don't worry. Might be due to me mentioning myself, and no idea, bro. But very happy to see that your question went through. Thank you, bro. I watched all of your update video. Thank you so much, bro. I'm trying to get advice on how to get clients. I grew my personal TikTok to 159k followers. Damn, bro. But it's me speaking in my native language. Okay, fair enough. Right now I'm trying to grow my Insta by creating English content to step into the global market with my skills and knowledge. Sounds like a very solid idea that I've gathered from learning and coaching my fellow local creators in my home country. That's amazing, bro. Very good proof of concept, and seems like you have definitely earned your stripes to go international. I also started in Denmark, and then I went English just like you. If I may, can you share 3 to 4 advice on how to land your first client using Instagram Reels? I have 3 upcoming Reels, and a few days ago I posted my first Reels targeting my potential clients. Hoping this won't get deleted again. Much love, brother, mentioning all the content. Thank you so much, bro. So I think, bro, here I want to reframe your question actually, and then just ask how to get my first clients from Instagram, right? Because the hard part about growing a new Instagram is that typically it's very slow with content. You realize that content is a big snowball, right? You see all of the biggest creators, typically content goes like this, right? It's like you spend so much time, and you don't see any results, and then suddenly the hockey stick effect, right? Which means like here it sucks, it takes a lot of time, it's hard, and then suddenly you accelerate. You know, it is quite exponential. Just like Warren Buffett made the majority of his money from him being 70 to 90, right? Like you don't see the first 70 years of work, him grinding his ass off, but you get the point of like the exponential hockey stick growth, bro. So I think what you're trying to accomplish here, right, is like getting a client, and through organic content. What you can do, bro, is that there is outreach, right? Which is basically just you reaching out to your ideal clients. I know it's not inbound and they won't come from content, but if the goal is to get some English case studies, bro, then I would prioritize you reaching out to clients, because this is basically why we post content, right? We hopefully, the goal of content is to create something that hopefully lands up on our ICP's For You page, and then they see it, resonate with it, and then follow you on Instagram, and then hopefully reaches out to you, right? So I think, bro, if I were you, then I would use the social proof in your cases to get English case studies, and then in your content, what you combine is your own journey, local case studies, and abroad case studies, and then you have amazing proof of concept and many reasons to why people should watch your content. To get content with IG only, bro, I'd recommend to go more. This depends, right? Either because there are different ways in which you can get new eyeballs onto your offer, right? You should always have a traffic engine in place, whether that's organic or paid. Paid ads, that's my philosophy, is to get paid ads to get new eyeballs in, because you're the one calling your audience out, and then they watch all of your content. What you can do that many creators do is that they create more viral potential content, very top of funnel, so like something that is very broad that can get many people in, and then you have other content pieces in place to nurture. So I think, bro, if you want to go the organic route, make sure that you have content pieces, let's say 3 pieces a week that are very broad, that can get new people in, and then 2 to 3 posts a week that is boring and converting content to make sure that people actually want to work with you and buy your service. And then combine that, bro, with outreaches every single day. So set yourself a number, a KPI that you can reach every day, of maybe like a Loom video, voice note, selfie video, connections, reply to stories, just to like really build that portfolio. Because then you have short-term activity, outreach, and and then you have long-term, which is content and personal brand. So I'll definitely do that, bro, because you will have a more powerful outreach message, because you have local case studies, and already by having case studies, you're basically good to go, actually. So I hope that works, bro, because I could just like sell you on the dream, like just like post reels, bro, and get clients, but it's so competitive that you wanna really reach out. Like, I'm still doing manual work in my agency, I'm still reaching out to clients. Like, you should never get too smart or too fancy for not like doing the boring work. It's typically the boring work and the unscalable work that will get your business to heights to where most people don't want to do the work, man. People just want to do all the cool shit all the time. But definitely, bro, I don't want to discourage you. That's the last thing I want of posting content. You should just have the best of both worlds, right? Manual outreach, connections to clients, reaching out, all the dirty work, and then building the brand next to it. That's the perfect combination, in my opinion. Always short and long-term activities, right? Thank you so much for watching along, bro. Let me know if there's anything I can help, so you can maybe ask me some content. I can also review it for you, bro, or your outreach message or whatever. Just comment again, and then we can take it in another video. I really appreciate it, man. Your channel caught my attention. Quality videos, man. Thank you, bro. I have a simple question: where to start? Awesome question. I looked through your videos, and there are no technical videos on exactly how to manage ads or create short-form content. What would you suggest to someone starting wanting to get some skin in the game? Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thanks a lot, bro. Feel free to check out my main channel. I have a few videos. They are around like one year to 1.5 years old. But I would still say that they're a pretty good watch if you're a beginner and starting out. First of all, congratulations on deciding to starting out, bro. Just the fact that you decided on doing something, bro, you're already 99% ahead of people. I know that you'll compare yourself to me and others, but bro, just the fact that you decided and became like conscious of like, I want something more, bro, you have my deepest respect already there. So I think feel free to watch those videos on my main channel, bro. But if I were to summarize it, it's like, first of all, it's a long-term game. Accept, bro, that it will take 2, 3, 4 years, and it's actually completely fine. The mental model that I use is like, I could have gone through a bachelor's degree, like my remaining of my friends, which is 3.5 years in Denmark. And sorry, my girlfriend is sneezing. Come on, girlfriend. So the bachelor's degree in Denmark is 3.5 years, right? I started my business 3.5 years ago, and the first, I would say 8 months, it looked like all of my friends made the right decision, and I looked like a very confused guy who didn't have anything figured out, living back home with his mom. But then suddenly, like, the curve happened here, whereas this wasn't content, this was just like work, right? And then like suddenly I got clients and cases, and then transitioned more into like consulting and built my brand and had some videos pop off, and then like it just kept going, you know. But if I would have quit here at 8 months in, then I would never have seen the work of all of this, right? So I think, bro, what you want to do is that accept that it will take a long time, accept that it is a competitive environment. The best agencies will always get the best clients. What is a good agency? Well, a good agency is the ones with best case studies, are the smartest, the best at what they do. So I think, bro, implement the same mindset. I don't know if you did sports. I did when I was younger. I played football my whole life. And you only got a spot on the first team if you were better than the others. And the only way to become better was to be more obsessed and train more and spend more time, right? So I think, bro, really perfect your craft and be really good at one thing. It can be content, it can be paid ads, it can be copywriting, it can be whatever it is. See if you can combine it with something of interest. I like to be creative and articulate myself. That's why I went with somewhat of a content agency. I enjoyed working more with like humans and coaches and experts rather than e-commerce stores and numbers and products. So that's why I went with the route. It's not always perfect and fun and games and these things, but if you can sparkle a little bit of your interest, then that would be it, bro. And then just like reach out to clients. You'll never feel ready, but like just like do all of the work that you hate. Like when I wake up every single day, I always make excuses for myself in order to make YouTube videos, because YouTube videos is the task that is the most important for my business of driving my channel of growth, inbound. It fulfills all the boxes, but then the funny thing happens is that it also becomes the task that is the hardest doing. Because when I started out, outreach was the hardest task. I would give myself excuses, and because my body would resist it so much. Like, Fred, you can't level up. Don't do outreach, bro. Stay in your mom's bedroom. So I think, bro, outreach and really putting yourself out there, getting case studies, getting your hands dirty, figuring out what works for you, what doesn't, what works for this niche of clients, what doesn't work. Then you're good, bro. And then just like, please stick to it, man. Like you will stay here, and it doesn't matter if this takes a year or two, because at some point you will fly. It's the law of the universe. Like you will harvest the fruits of all your hard labor. I promise you. I really, really do. And the only reason why I can be so convinced is because I've seen it happen. It happened to me, and you will never be as convinced as I am until you see it happen. Right? I can tell you that the stove is hot because I touched it, but then yet every single kid on the planet will touch the stove themselves, and then it'll be like, shit, Fred was right, it's actually pretty hot, and then they won't touch it again. So like there are just things in life that you just need to experience yourself, but please put a lot of faith in me when I tell you that it will take a long time, but it will be the best thing that you ever do. And leading back, that is how you set good expectation with beginners. It's just being honest. You know, people always respect honesty. Okay, nice. We made it through questions. Really good questions today. I really enjoy answering them. It's like when I answer the first one, we get in the flow, and flow is unmatched. I really like it. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Let's go back to. Okay, gee, where are we at here? Maybe here. Okay, I need to do here. Sorry about that. Next is business stats. So this is the sheet that I fill out every single day. So I just make a duplicate here, and I have 90 on my daily updates channel subscribers, and on my main channel here. The internet is very bad here in Turkey. If you don't know, I'm on family vacation, and that's why these updates are late, because family first. You already know. So here it is 6141 on the main channel. It's okay. IG, we are dropping followers on IG, people. But it's actually fine. It sounds weird that I'm happy about dropping followers, but right now I'm posting some very boring content that is a bit more advanced to my usual beginner audience that I've grown over the past 2 to 3 years, because now I work with more established people that are typically they have case studies. They are making between 5 to 10K a month. So I think I'm cutting a lot of people off right now with like not making the usual 5 best short form hooks, to basically transitioning into doing unscalable tasks, or how to break past 10K, how to invest in your business instead of in yourself, and this kind of content. So that's kind of what's going on right now. And 90 here for the daily updates. This is crazy percentage growth, by the way. Like here, I mean, like 20 subs a day, right? I'm pretty happy if I can keep that up over a year. Right now I'm not posting a lot, so it's my own fault. But at the end of the day, it's okay. So yesterday I didn't make any money, and I didn't spend any, so it's perfectly fine. If you want to see, I can tell you how much cash we're at for the month here. 29K cash and 43K rev, which I'm kind of like what I expected. I expect June and July to also be around 30K if I'm not bringing on any clients, which I'm not planning to do right now because I'm pretty full capacity, not gonna lie. So that is business stats. The next thing that we have on here is my to-do list. So today I just had client calls. Actually, every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays I take calls with my clients. So I did that today. I'm currently on family vacation, so what my focus is to have Slack 0, inbox 0, so answer all my clients throughout the day, and then take all of my client calls, so not move anything around. So today I had 5 one-on-one calls, and then I had a community call, which is basically a Q&A inside of my community with all of the people that I work with. And today was a very cool day. I just wanted to, I think today not a lot of strategy. We've already spent a lot of time on the questions, but I think maybe as like reflection, because today I spoke to Clayman, which was a guy that came to me a year ago with 0 experience, and now he has a very cool business where he makes between $7,000 to $8,000 a month in his marketing agency. It's growing month by month, and he has some very exciting clients, and he had no experience, right? Then I spoke to Liam, which is one of my clients as well. He joined December 2023, so 1.5 years ago. He was making 2K a month, and now he's making 50K a month with him and his partner. And then I spoke to Vincent, who's also one of my clients. All of them are my clients, right? That's why I'm speaking to them. And Vincent joined 14 months ago with 0 experience, and in the month of May here, he did $32,000 in cash collected. So I think it was just surreal, because it kind of like hit me when I spoke to the guys. There's like, man, I've known these guys for like over a year, 1.5 years. I saw them start with nothing, and now they have these businesses that makes this amount of money. But for me, it's never about the money. The money is just a sum product of their actions and who they are as a person. So what I focus more on is their confidence, the way that they speak, the way that they make decisions, the opportunities that they have, how they go about life and themselves, and how they take care of themselves and their mindset. And like, it's completely different people that I'm speaking to now than a year or 1.5 years ago, and not in a bad way, right? It's still the same personality, but it's just their growth has just been, exponential. I was about to show the graph once again, but it just made me reflect on like, because like sometimes the whole course and mentor and coaching industry gets a bad rep because there's a lot of bad apples, right? In any industries with exponential potential and possibilities and fast money and cars and all of these things, there will always be bad apples, right? And sometimes I can feel bad about it's my main income, it's my main business, it's how I go about my life, and like I'm dedicating everything, man, to like running a consulting business. And sometimes I feel like, is it even respected? I love it, but is it respected in the space? And it's just thoughts that I'm having. I would never change it. I love my work, but sometimes there are just because it only takes one scammy bad coach to overshine 100 amazing coaches, you know. But like on days like this, like today, it just like my whole life just makes sense, man. You know, like seeing these people that are now like so much better, and I'm not taking credit for it. It's important for me to say that these people would have done amazing things in their life with or without me. But what I've contributed to, it has been the speed, uh, and hopefully also affected them in a positive way and like how they go about business, because maybe they could have ended up with another mentor who would have taught them more about fast money and guaranteed or like just like overall a more fast paced lifestyle with girls and cars and watches and shit. But I'm really proud of like who they've become, and the fact that they have a good business is just inevitable, because you'll always get what you deserve in this world, right? So that was just like a little bit of reflection from me today on this beautiful Monday. So it's 11 p.m. I'll go to bed. My girlfriend is ready to sleep. So I really appreciate you watching these. Please ask any questions that you might have. Today was a long one, but hope you enjoyed. And then we'll just see each other tomorrow.